Good morning, children. Welcome to online class, session 8. Last class we saw what is DBMS. What is DBMS? DBMS is a system software for creating and managing databases. What is a database? Database is nothing but a collection of records. Then we got into evolution of DBMS. In that we saw. Good morning, children. Welcome to online class, session 8. Last class we saw what is DBMS. What is DBMS? DBMS is a system software for creating and managing databases. What is a database? Database is nothing but a collection of records. Then we got into evolution of DBMS. In that we saw how and all we had a drawback in maintaining the file. What and all we saw in that? Data duplication, high maintenance, security. Then what did we see? We saw DBMS concepts. In that we saw asset properties. We saw atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. What is meant by atomicity? Atomicity is update everything or abort everything. What about consistency? Once when a change is made, the values must be constant. It should not change. What about isolation? Isolation is when multiple users are accessing a same object, there must not be any conflicts. What about durability? Durability is whenever there is a transaction failure, yes, it has to roll back to the previous part. That is going to be our durability. Then we got into DBMS data models. In this we saw hierarchical database model. Then we saw about network data model. Then we saw about relational model. Then also about object oriented database model. Yes, we also saw about relational database management system. Yes, now let us move on for the next topic, ER model. What is ER model? ER stands for Entity Relationship Model. Yes, generally your ER model is used for defining the concept of database. It is used for defining the concept of your database. It just represents how the database is actually designed. Yes. This model consists of collection of entities. What is meant by the term entity? Entity is nothing but a real world object. Entity model, ER modeling basic concepts. In this we have three ER models, three concepts of ER models. One is going to be entity, the other one is going to be attribute, and the last one is going to be relation. What is entity? Entity is nothing but a real world object, or it can be an animation which is actually identifiable by even a common man. See, your table may not be understood by any people, but your ER model will be very easy for even a person who does not know anything will understand it. Yes, there are three types of entities available: strong entity, weak entity and entity instance. What is strong entity? Strong entity is the one which does not depend on any other entity. Right? One entity will not depend on another entity is going to be your strong entity. Say for example your roll number. Your roll number is going to be a common one. Yes, it is going to be called as a primary key. Yes, it is represented by one rectangle. Why it is called as a strong entity? Because it has a primary key. What about weak entity? Weak entity does not have any primary key and the values of one entity is going to be dependent on another entity. It is going to be represented with a double rectangle. Yes, here marks is going to be a weak entity because it is not going to have any unique ID or primary key. Yes, it is dependent on another entity. What about entity instance? Entity instance are nothing but the values of entity. Entity instance are nothing but the value of entity. If we consider animals as an entity, a dog, cat, cow, etc. are going to be an instances. Yes, here a table is given. Just have a look at it. Entities are going to be human, animals, job, actors, electronics. For human entity, male and female are going to be an instance. Yes, the values. Animals, a dog, cats, lion is going to be an instance. And job, for job entity, engineer, doctor, lawyer and all is going to be an instance. Yes, now let us move on to the next topic, attributes. What is an attribute? Attribute is nothing but it gives an information about an entity. What does it do? It just gives information about an entity. It will describe, it will quantify, it will qualify, classify and specify an entity. Yes, an entity can be single valued, or multi-valued. Yes, generally an entity will be a single valued entity and it can have numbers, characters or string. What does it have? Numbers, characters or string. Yes, types of attributes: key attribute, simple attribute, composite attribute, single valued and multi-valued attributes. What is key attribute? Key attribute describes the unique characteristics of an entity. What does it do? It just represents a unique characteristics of an entity. What about simple attribute? Simple attribute cannot be separated. Yes, simple attributes cannot be separated for an simple attributes cannot be separated. Say for example, let us consider employee as an entity. For that entity, there is an attribute called name. Name can only be one for a person. Yes. Can it be separated? No, isn't it? Names for each and every employee there will be a name. Every person will have a name. That is going to be our simple attribute. What about composite attribute? The same simple attribute will be divided into further entities. Say for example, name is actually classified into two, first name and last name. Yes, it is classified, isn't it? Your name can have first name and last name. Yes or no? Yes. So it is going to be a composite attribute. Next comes a single valued attribute. What is single valued attribute? It contains only one value for an attribute and they don't have multiple number of values. If an attribute has only one value, then it is going to be called as single valued attribute. Say for example, for one person there can be only one age. For one person there can be only one roll number. You say for example, just consider your roll number for your 11th standard. It was unique, isn't it? You did not share your number with your friends. Yes, it is going to be unique. It is going to be single valued. And what about multi-valued attribute? It has more than one value for a particular attribute. What does it have? It has more than one value for a particular attribute. Say for example, degree. For attributes of degree, there can be many values, isn't it? BTech, MBA or different values. Your bank account, there is, one person can have several bank accounts. Yes or no? Yes, it is going to be multi-valued attribute. Now let us move on with relationship types. See, relationship is actually, see, in ER model, relationship exists between two entities. What happens in ER model? Relationship exists between two entities. There are three types of relationships available: one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many. What it is actually, there will be two entities. Let us consider two entities A and B. One relationship, let us consider A. If A has instances of 0 and 1. What is an instance? The value for an entity. What is it? Value for an entity, right? Say for example, if he is an actor, he can be Ajit, Vijay or Vikram. One-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many. Yes, what did we were talking about? One-to-one relationship. Yes, we had two entities A and B. And what is an instance? Instance is the value for your entity. What did we speak about? Instance. Say for example, we already spoke about, right? Instance for entity actor. What and all will be your instance? Ajit, Vijay, Vikram and all is going to be an instance. So if 0 or 1 instance of entity A is associated with 0 or 1 instance of entity B, and 0 or 1 instance of entity B is associated with 0 or 1 instance of entity A. Yes, 0 or 1, and here also it is going to be 0 or 1. 0 or 1 is going to be interconnected with 0 or 1 of A, of B, and 0 or 1 of B is going to be associated with 0 or 1 of A. If this is going to be the relationship, then it is going to be one-to-one relationship. What about one-to-many relationship? It is said to exist in a relationship model. Yes, one-to-many exists in a relationship model. For instance, one instance of entity A, there exists 0 or 1 instance or many instance of entity B, and for one instance of entity B, there exists only 0 or 1 instance of entity A. See, from entity A, it can associate with 0, 1 or many. From B, it can associate with 0 or 1. It is going to be one to many. What about many to many relationship? Many instance of A can be associated with many instance of B. 0, 1 or many instance can be associated with 0, 1 or many of instance of B, and 0, 1 of or many instance of B can be associated with 0, 1 or many instance of A. Vice versa. See, this you can understand as we read cardinality. Okay, now let us move on with relationship instances. Each instance of a relationship between the members of this entity type is called relationship instance. Each instance of a relationship between members of these entity types is called relationship instance. Example, if works for is a relationship between employee. Works for is a relationship between employee and the department. Employee is working for a department. This works for is a relationship between employee and the department. See, here is an example. Ram works for computer science department. Here Ram and computer science are going to be entities. Works for is going to be a relationship. Yes. Then degrees of relationship. The number of entity types involved is known as degree of relationship. The number of entity types involved is known as degree of relationship. It can be 1 which is unary, 2 which is binary, 3 which is ternary. Let us take this example. One employee is employed in an organization. Yes, that employee can be a manager and he will be a manager for few people there. Yes, manager of. He is a manager which is single, which is going to be unary, and he is working for a department. Yes, he is a manager of a few people and he is working for a department which is 2, and it is termed as binary. And a person is purchasing an item. If a customer is purchasing an item, that person and that involves a shopkeeper also, right? Then it is going to be 3 people. Then it is ternary relationship. Yes. Now comes cardinality ratio. I already told you, if you learn this, that relationship type is going to be easy for you. Here also, it is defined as number of items that must be included in a relationship. Yes, here we cardinality we speak about 1 to 1, 1 to many, many to many. What is 1 to 1? A person is driving a vehicle. A person is driving a vehicle. One person can drive only one vehicle at a time. Yes or no? Yes, isn't it? One person can drive one vehicle only at a time. So, 1 to 1 relationship. Person and vehicle are going to be entities. This rhombus symbol, this drives is going to be word. A relationship. Yes. Next comes 1 to many. Say for example, let us consider ourselves as a customer and we will be ordering several items in online. Yes. Several items, many items we will order. Yes, one customer placing an order. Orders can be many. So, 1 to many. What about many to many relationship? Student registering for a course. Student registering for a course. There will be several number of students registering for several number of courses. Yes, this is going to be many to many relationship. Here, register is going to be relationship. Student and course are going to be entities. ER diagram. This ER diagram represents data visually on how they are related to each other. Yes. Your ER modeling diagram consists of entities, attributes and relationship. Let us see the notations one by one. Yes. For a strong entity, there will be a single rectangle. For a weak entity, there will be double rectangle. Yes, for relationships, we already know if it is going to be strong, it is going to be single, and if it is going to be weak, it is going to be double. Yes, for attributes, we represent that with an ellipse, age, okay. And for key attributes, we are going to represent that with an underline. And for derived attributes, we will have dotted ellipse. Yes, for multi-valued attributes, we will have a double ellipse. This is going to be an example for your ER diagram. Your parent, student, teacher, class, admin, subject is all going to be an entity. Yes, all the ellipse. Relationship with student, ID, your first name, last name, then what else? Address, ID, name, phone number, all this. Subject, class ID, name, ID, All this is going to be your attributes. Your rhombus symbol, the pink color one, is going to be what? Relationship. Yes? Here we have not, in this diagram, they have not represented any weak attributes or key attributes. Even multi-valued attributes is actually not represented. A simple diagram for you to understand. Yes, we already told you in this diagram, parent, student, teacher and all is going to be what? Entities. Name, ID and all is going to be attributes. Yes? And all this, teachers, adds, takes, enrolls, have, all this is going to be relations. Yes? Now let us move on to the next topic, Introduction to MySQL. Yes, MySQL was founded by Monty Whitehead and he named this after his daughter. Yes, what is a database? Say for example, in my phone we will have a gallery and we will have several number of photos. Yes, we will have so many photos and we will call it as what? Database. Your MySQL is not a database. It is actually a query language. Okay. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Yes. And what do we do with this? SQL? It is actually used for retrieving data from your database. It's a query language through which we access your database. Yes. Your MySQL is an open source software which is actually available in as a freeware. Yes, it also provides the flexibility of changing the source code as per the needs. We can change the source code, the program as we need. Yes, it runs on multiple platforms like Windows, Linux and is scalable, reliable and it is very, very fast. See, many database has come into existence to meet the needs of the application. Yes, it is actually classified into heavy database and light database. Your heavy database supports all desktop applications, whereas web applications are supported by light databases. Here there are few popular databases available: MySQL, SQL Server, SQLite, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, Oracle, Redis, Cassandra, etc. Your DB2, MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, SQLite, SQL Server, Sybase are going to be light databases. See, as web domain had started growing very fast, most of the desktop applications are being converted into web applications nowadays. Yes, these transformations to the web results in the availability of many web applications in the network. Heavy databases did not meet out the network issue efficiently. Light databases were able to handle all the issues raised by the network. See, let us your heavy databases started not to meet the requirements of your network problems, whereas light databases started to handle everything. So the light databases that supports the web applications are now known as web databases. MySQL is the most commonly used database in the world because it is very easy to use. MySQL administration. See, in general, there is a role known as database administrator. He takes care of configurations, installation, performance, security and data backup. Yes, this database administrators possess the skills on database design, database queries, RDBMS, SQL and networking. The primary task is creation of new user and providing them with access rights. What is the basic task of this? Is creation of new user and providing them the access rights. Yes, creating new user account to MySQL. In a MySQL database, there exists a table called user. Okay, when a new user is actually creates an account, what happens is the entry will be made in the user table. Consider an admin creates the account. If he is the one who is creating an account with the username and password, the user account is activated with various access rights, like he can insert data, he can select the data, he can update the data, and it also has following fields like host, name, password, select privilege, insert privilege, update privilege. A new user account is added with values to the user table using the following insert query. How can you add data to the user table using the following query? How will it be insert into table name? You will have parameters and the values will be given followed by values, value 1, value 2, value 3. Look at the query here, MySQL. Yes, this is a tag, okay. In that we have given insert into user, host ID, name, password, select privilege, insert privilege, update privilege. And for this we have also given values. The host name is going to be localhost, name is going to be guest, password is going to be guest 123, and select privilege, insert, update, all is going to be y. Okay, now what will happen is, and also the query must always end up with a semicolon. Now it means that the query is ended up. Now what will happen is you will get a statement, one row affected. What does it mean? It means the row is executed successfully. Here we have another query, flash privileges. What does it mean? This command is executed after every new account creation. What happens? This command is executed after every new account creation. Say for example, it seems to look like rebooting. Yes. Next you have a select star from user where name is equal to guest. This is actually used for retrieving a table. Yes, what will happen now? Select start from user. User is a table name and the name of it is going to be guest. What will happen? The table will be executed. You remember what is the password that we have given for the guest? Yes. Look at it. Guest 123. Look here. What is the password that is actually typed? It is something else. Yes. Since your MySQL is secured, your password will be encrypted. What is meant by encrypted? Plain text getting converted into a ciphertext. It means your common letters will be replaced with some other letters. Yes. This is what is actually encryption. See, your parameters, select privilege, insert privilege, update privilege are few privileges set for a new user. If the flag is set to Y, then it means yes, the permission is granted. If the flag is set to N, the access will be denied. The permission will not be given. Here, there are few privileges available in MySQL. What are they? What is meant by privileges? Actions performed if granted. Actions performed if granted. Yes. If you give yes, what will happen? That is what is actually here. Select privilege, users can select selected rows from a database table. Insert privileges, he can insert rows into a database table. Updating a row in a database table. What is meant by that? There will be a table already. In that you will be adding up data at the bottom. This is going to be update. What about delete? Delete is users can delete rows of database tables. What about create privilege? It can create new tables in a database. What about alter privilege? You can make changes to the database structure. Administrative MySQL command. The database administrator frequently uses few commands to control the entire database. Yes, the following commands are actually used frequently by your administrator. Use database. Why do we use this? To select a database in a MySQL for working. Say for example, they have given use test. In case if this database is available, yes, the working database will be available for you then. Yes, use test database change now. This database will come into existence now. Next, show database. Show database. Why do we use this query now? To display all the databases available in a database. Database list. Database list. See, as you've given show database, what happens? The list of all the database available is actually displayed as a table. Yes, show table. What will happen? All the data that is available in a database, current database. Say for example, we have taken test. What will happen? That alone will be displayed. The table that is actually available in a particular database will be displayed. Yes. For showing columns in a table name, from a table name, what is the query that you will give? Show columns from sports. Yes, what have we given here? If list all the attributes, attribute type, null values, permitted, key informations, default value, all this is actually shown for that particular column. Show index from a table name. What will happen? The query shows all the indexes for the given table. And show table status like table name /G. What will happen? It provides the detailed report on the performance of the table. Yes, children, with this, let us stop the session. Let us see MySQL installation in your next class. For your homework, you people are going to write part 3 fully because we have completed everything there as well. The first 3 detailed answers in your classwork notebook neatly submitted on Wednesday without fail. Thank you, children.